All right, so we're here with Inner Circle member Sanjay. First of all, Sanjay recently sent me a sleepy emoji face to buying a $41,000 green face Royal Oak. Sanjay, what did I do in response to that?
You stunted on me and got a watch that cost approximately 10 times more.
Yeah, so it was a $360,000 double tourbillon Roger Dubois watch, and long story short, we made sure to make that very well known, just as we are now. So Sanjay, moral of the story is a direct example of what happens when you step on the bear. You will essentially just get hard flexed on for all of eternity. But we digress, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk about Sanjay's experience today as an Inner Circle member. Sanjay, there's a lot of folks who watch on YouTube. Okay, I always tell people I hold back like 90% of the shit that I know, and I put people on about 10% of what I know on YouTube, which is still tremendous levels of game above what they already know. So they get confused. Dude, I'm getting everything for YouTube on free. Why'd I pay this guy? Do you agree or do you disagree with that?
In a really practical sense, in my position, if you have clients on RevShare and stuff, and just getting the ability to run something by you on a Loom video or just getting direct access, it'll easily pay for itself over. But in terms of actual information, the stuff that you put on YouTube seems like the pinnacle, and then it's you get in, you realize there's even more that you don't know. There's no one putting out the kind that you put out on YouTube, so people perceive that as the top of the top, and then you get in, there's even...
Dude, well, they don't know what they don't know, so they could put on some game on YouTube that they never heard of before, because you guys only watch copy and paste personal brands. So when somebody comes along and puts you on OG levels of game from spending millions of dollars a month, it becomes like a mind for them, where they can't actually comprehend that there's somebody who knows that much shit and is willing to tell them about it, okay? Sanjay, tell the people. One question we like to ask folks in the Inner Circle is, do you get the vibe that we genuinely give a fuck about your success in here? Or does this come off as one of those groups where it's you give us money and it's a very one-sided thing where you feel like we don't give a fuck about you?
You definitely give a fuck. I've had 20-minute one-on-one calls where I'm just getting laid into for being poor, and no one else is going to tell me that because I'm not poor to most people.
We hold Sanjay accountable because Sanjay, although yes, lives here in Miami, has a great life, he could be doing so much better, and we consistently make sure we, just as he described, lay into our members, hold them accountable. We want to make sure that you guys understand. We do genuinely give a fuck about everybody in the group, of course. Have you gotten an ROI from all this, and is it worth it?
Like I said earlier, if you have a couple bigger clients that are on rev shares and stuff, you're directly going to pay back the group cost times 5 or 10, potentially in a month. But even if you didn't have that shit, even if you didn't have it, it's really one of those things where it's if you can't figure out a way to use the information that you're giving to make a few extra grand a month, you're kind of retarded.
Yeah, agree. We have the group chat on Telegram, our masterminds that we do every quarter, weekly group calls, and the twice-a-month one-on-one calls. Do you get value out of one of those more than the other? Do you feel they're all equal? What's your take on that?
The thing I get the most value from is probably the one-on-ones and the group calls. Next to that is honestly just the SOPs and stuff like that, because no one else is going to lay out all of this in an SOP. People barely even know how to do it, and then having something that you can just consistently go back to is another thing. And then the whole group chat is definitely a big value add too, but I would say the calls are the most.
Do you see the webinar SOP?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It took me 2 full months to create that fucking SOP. I think it was a monster, 70-something pages long. Appreciate you shouting out the SOPs. Those take a tremendous amount of labor from me, so thank you for that. Most people that come into the group, they initially think there's no way that there's a group out there that's curated a bunch of millionaires and multi-millionaires that are actually going to give a fuck about me. Most people think I'm the only person who's going to care about their success. When you are in this group, mingling amongst all these people here, do you feel like other people actually care about you, or do you feel like it's a really isolated game and it's just me and you?
It's one of those things where it's you kind of laying into the members and keeping them accountable. I feel like that spills over onto all of the members, because it's the group standard. It's you set the tone for the group. You're super serious about everything you do every day, so it's if you come into the group and you're acting like an idiot, one, you're probably going to get roasted, and two, you feel the need to almost hold other people to the same standard that you're setting.
Makes sense. Sanjay, look forward to the opportunity for you to buy a nicer watch than me, but until then, you already know what it is. Okay, thank you very much.